Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. Today in civic education, we're going to be looking at governance. Okay? Our topic for today in civic education is on governance. So are we ready for the lesson? Under today's lesson, we are going to be looking at the meaning of governance, Nigeria as a federation, need for federation, and lastly, characteristics of a federation. Okay? So first we are going to be looking at meaning of governance. Okay? Governance can be understood as the way a country, community, or organization is organized and managed. It involves the processes and systems that determine how decisions are made, how authority is exercised, and how rules are enforced. Okay? Do you understand? Governance is about the way people in charge lead and control things to ensure that everything works smoothly and fairly. Do you understand that? Governance refers to how a country, community, or organization is managed and directed. It involves the decisions made by leaders, the rules that are followed, and the way authority is exercised, okay? It means how a place is run and controlled. It's about the leaders making decisions, setting rules, and making sure everything works well for everyone. Do you understand that? So now we're going to be looking at Nigeria as a federation. First, let's look at the meaning of federation. A federation is a type of country or government structure where power is shared between a central government and small regional governments. Do you understand? A federation is like a team where there's a main team and smaller teams. The main team is the central government and the smaller teams are the states and province. Each smaller team has its own leader, the local government, and can make some decisions, but they all cooperate for the success of the entire team, which is the country. Okay? So now let's look at Nigeria as a federation. Nigeria operates as a federation, meaning it consists of multiple semi-autonomous states or regions with their governments, alongside a central or federal government. This division of power helps in efficient administration of such a diverse and populous nation. Do you understand? Nigeria as a federation means that Nigeria is organized as a country with a central government and smaller units called states. Each state has its own government that can make its own rules, while the central government handles nation matters. Okay, this system helps manage the country's diversity and allows different regions to have some control over local issues. Do you understand that? Nigeria as a federation means Nigeria is like a big team with main coach, which is the central government, and the several assistant coaches, the state government. Each assistant coach takes care of their area, but they all work together for the success of the whole team, which is the country. Do you understand that? So next, let's look at need for federation. What is the need for federation? The adoption of a federal system in Nigeria is driven by various factors, including its vast cultural diversity, ethnic composition, and geographical size. A federation allows for local autonomy, enabling regions to address unique challenges while maintaining a unified national identity. Do you understand? The need for a federation, let's say it's similar to having different players in a specialized position, okay? The different players are the states. Some players are good at scoring goals, handling local issues, while others are great at defending, managing national matters. By playing together as a team, which is federation, they cover all aspects of the game the country's needs and increase their chances of winning and increase their chances of national success. Do you understand that? Let's say Nigeria is a big team, okay? With different players who specialize in different positions. Each player, these players are the states, and each of these states has its unique skills and strengths. By working together as a team, as a federation, they can tackle various challenges effectively and play well on the national stage, ensuring the success of the entire team, the entire country. Okay? Do you understand? Good. Now let's look at characteristics of a federation. One of the characteristics of a federation, division of powers. A federation distributes powers between the central and regional governments, ensuring a balance that prevents the concentration of authority in one entity. Do you understand? A federation splits powers between a central government and smaller regional government, okay? Like assigning specific roles to players. Do you understand that? It splits powers. Another characteristics, constitutional basics. Federalism in Nigeria is founded on a constitution that outlines the powers and responsibilities of both the federal and state governments, providing a legal framework for governance. Do you understand? Federations followed a constitution that outlines how the government should be played, okay? It's like having game rules. Do you understand that? Good. Another characteristics of a federation, autonomy of states. States within the federation possess a degree of autonomy, allowing them to legislate on certain matters independently of the central government. Each state has some independence to make decisions on certain matters, contributing to the overall strategy of the country. Okay? That is what it means. Each player, which is the state, has some independence to make decisions on certain matters, contributing to the overall strategy of the team, the strategy of the country. Do you understand that? All these are characteristics of a federation. Supremacy of constitution is another characteristic. The constitution serves as the supreme law, guiding the actions of both federal and state governments, and acting as a check on potential abuses of power. Supremacy of Constitution. The Constitution is the top set of rules that everyone, including government, must follow. Just as game rules are crucial, right? The Constitution is the top set of rules that everyone, including the players, including the government, must follow. Do you understand? Another characteristic, independent judiciary. A key feature of federations is the presence of an independent judiciary that interprets and upholds the Constitution, ensuring a fair application of the law across all levels of government. A federation has an independent judiciary that ensures everyone follows the rules set by the Constitution. Okay? Let's say, think of referees making sure everyone plays fairly, right? So the independent judiciary ensures that everyone follows the rules set by the Constitution. That is what it means, okay? So the characteristics of a federation include division of powers, constitutional basics, autonomy of states, supremacy of constitution, and independent judiciary. Do you understand? So today's lesson on governance, we understood everything we talked about, right? We looked at the meaning of governance, Nigeria as a federation, the need for federation, and lastly, characteristics of a federation. So we understood everything we talked about. Okay, that is good. So next we are going to be looking at our assignment. I'm sure we are going to be able to do our assignment, right? Okay, that is good.